Be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy. One of the most famous quote as it relates to the stock market. If you're watching this video and you're not yet subscribed, do consider subscribing. As it relates to technical analysis, there's not many channels out there that can provide you with this much accuracy when it comes to the charts. If you're a bit skeptic, take a look at my videos and see exactly what I'm talking about. So, a day ago I posted this video, warning of a market rally. Let's now have a listen to my exact words. Nasdaq is falling below support at 470. If that level cannot be reclaimed, then look for the Nasdaq to come down to 462 and possibly 458. Now, above 470, there is resistance at 482 and 490. Guys, if we do come down to 462 and to 458, that is where I'm looking for the market to bottom. Now, looking at the current chart, you can see that my prediction was quite accurate. So, with that said, I'm going to give you guys a few stocks with good upside potential. But before I do so, let's have a listen to this clip.
Because, you know, when you go to Walmart or Target or Costco, when the prices go up by a material amount, you don't buy as much.
But you don't think that's reflected in this equity market right now?
I don't. I think there's still more risk to the downside. And by the way, we haven't even talked about retaliation, right?
How much more risk to the downside?
Now, I could easily see another 5 to 10% downside in the S&P 500 from here. I don't think it's apocalyptic.
But 5 or 10% is sort of the limit to you? I ask because there are people who are sitting around right now who are saying to themselves, you know what? This is either a falling knife and I should catch it now because you can never time it properly and I should, you know, put more cash into the market. Or there are people saying, this knife, it's got a ways to go. I'm going to hang out on the sideline and maybe I'll even sell some stocks because I think there's going to be a better opportunity later.
No, I guess the way I think you should engage it, I mean, I'm not going to be able to call the absolute bottom. I don't think anyone will.
All right, let me know what you guys think about this clip down in the comment section. Now, let's start with the first stock. Ticker symbol INTC, Intel. So, after getting rejected at 26.20, Intel stock is now down 16%. With the stock now below its support at 23, look for it to come down to $21. If this level fails to hold support, then look for Intel to come down to $20 per share. Now, above 23, there is resistance at 24.60 and 26.20. Now, with Intel inside of this bullish falling wedge, if it breaks to the upside, then look for the stock to get to 24.60. Overall, I'm looking for Intel stock to get to $38 per share. That's a 73% move from its current price. Now, let's have a look at Tesla again. Ticker symbol TSLA. So, in my recent video about Tesla, after I saw that the stock was getting rejected at that $300 level, I told you guys to look for Tesla to come down to 246. Now, with that bounce off 246, Tesla was up over 12% at highs. Currently, Tesla has support at 246 and at 215. Now, above 246, there is still resistance at 300 and 325. If Tesla breaks below 246, then look for it to come down to 215. Now, if Tesla can get above 300, look for a push to 325 and possibly to 361. And again, based off my analysis, I'm looking for Tesla stock to get to 494. The next stock is Marathon Digital. So with Bitcoin getting ready to move towards the upside, if you're looking to double your money off Bitcoin's movement, then you should carefully consider Marathon Digital. So currently the stock is sitting on support at 1129. If it falls below that level, look for it to come down to 1033. Above current support, you have resistance at 1247 and 1368. Once the stock can break outside of this wedge, look for a move to $22 per share. The next stock is SoFi Technologies. So from its recent peak, the stock is down over 35%. Currently, SoFi has support at $11. Below that, its next support is at $10.29. And above current support, you have resistance at $12.34 and $14 per share. If SoFi can get above current resistance, look for a run towards $14. If it falls back below $11, then look for it to come down to $10.29. Based on my analysis, I'm looking for SoFi to get to $15.43. Now, before I give you guys the next stock, let's have a listen to this clip.
You know, I just think that this environment sets up really well for best in breed, high quality companies, blue chip, large cap for the most part that are on sale. That are down 10, 15, 20% from their highs.
Meta's down 21% from its highs, and you bought Meta?
I did. You know,
Wow.
I regretted selling it. You know, I mean, I made a lot of money.
Guys, I agree with her 100%. Now, let's take a look at Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR. Currently, the stock is sitting above support at $78. If the stock breaks below that level, then look for it to come down to $70 per share. Overall, I'm looking for Palantir to get back to $144. Alright guys, we're at the end of the video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.